All right. Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely, lovely afternoon in which the Most High, a higher has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. Just coming with a message, and hopefully, I believe without a doubt, and I ain't gonna say that, let me not say that. I will be back this evening, and we're gonna cover the Proverb 31 at 7 p.m. Central Time. I'm gonna give you what the Father gave me. And I'm so glad he gave me what he gave me. So it froze me even in my understanding of what I felt I understood from the spiritual realm, where he always on me about try the spirit by the spirit, try discern. A lot of times people thinking this to discern something is not just human beings, where you can discern the sound of an animal, you can discern the wind. That gift is so potent that it's a lot of things you can discern. So with the Proverbs 31, I discern it through the spiritual realm, and I couldn't see anything in it that has to do with the natural until he told me to try it by the spirit. And when I tried it by the spirit, I could take out characteristics of a higher, things that he would do that would be in order, but I could not bring it into a natural realm where it had to cover a female. So therefore, what he gave me today, it brought closure. And you should tune in at 7 p.m. Central Time so I can give you what he has given me. And it is a eye opener. Uh, uh, I'm coming today right now because I want to say to you all, uh, remember this, lock this into your spiritual mind and in your spiritual heart. Satan does not care if you are male or female. Satan don't see you as male nor female. So a lot of times people thinking that, okay, it's Satan that's doing this, he's doing this, but no, you got to check your own self out. See, and that's what is happening. People thinking they are holy than thou. They are exempt from any wicked and evil, but they don't understand. Satan is an enemy, okay? But you yourself is the worstest enemy to you, because in your own eyes, everything is clean. That means you think you righteous in your own eyes. But when you hear Proverbs 16 and verse 2 tell you, in a man's eyes is clean in his own eyes. He talking about in his flesh. He think he all clean, he all righteous. But Yah measure the spirits. Why? Because a higher knows that while you thinking you clean in your own eyes, in your flesh, you all righteous and upright and just. He's saying there's all that does is allow many spirits to enter in, right dead past your flesh into your spirit. And this is why a lot of them can't break through with what they talk about and how they feel in their flesh. They can't break loose from their feelings, their emotions, their personal opinion. See, let me tell y'all something. When you read this Bible, when you read it here in the flesh mind, the flesh understanding, the flesh knowledge, the flesh wisdom, and until the Ruach HaKodesh comes. Wham! Here he comes. He comes with the spiritual wisdom, the spiritual knowledge, and him himself giving you the understanding. So when you walking in the flesh and thinking that you can debate somebody in a book of the flesh, that you're going to debate them in this here book, then you lost losser than those that you are leading. So if you're losser than they are, when you know they gone, they have no hope. Okay? As long as they follow somebody like those individuals, they have no hope. Because in Satan, he's like, hey, I don't care if you male or female. I don't care if you white or black. I don't care if you rich or poor. I want those who are in spirit and truth and in the light to get that now. Put that in you, and don't let nobody take it from you. Satan never cared about how rich you are. He never cared how poor you are. He never cared how white you are. He never cared about how black you are. He don't care about if you are male. He don't care about if you a female. This is a flesh thing. These flesh out here are orchestrating their own belief. And they using a book in which man have printed over and over and over and over and over and over, and also add some smear in it. But the one thing comes to override it all, even that which is in the book, and that is the Ruach HaKodesh, and he's coming in the spirit. But when he come in the spirit, he's coming to deal with those who are born of the spirit, not those who are born of the flesh. And you see, a lot of people don't even understand that. Born of the spirit is totally different than born of the flesh. Now, you can't go and say people who come into the Father, now they reborn. No, that's not it. There's a difference in born of the flesh and born of the spirit. Now, the difference in that, you have to come up out of the mentality of the mind, and you have to go into the spirit in this one. Let me tell you how you have to do that. You have to now see things as it is in the spirit realm. How was it orchestrated? Why is it the flesh is an enemy to the spirit? Why is the spirit enemy to the flesh? Because one is born of the flesh, you guys, and the other one is born of the spirit. 99 point trillion don't understand it because they don't have the true Ruach HaKodesh in them to explain to them that this saying is a spiritual saying in which I speak it. It's not something you can go into your book and master, because Ahaya is above a book and books. See, and that's why the world is so deceived and so much wicked and evil, is because someone, and not someone, millions are going by what they read according to belief. And the deceiver found a way in which I can keep the people believing what I believe, receiving what I receive, understanding my personal opinion and going by my way, because this book I contain. Because I contain this book. I can read it and say it goes just like this book. But the Father said, if that was the case, if there was no need for the day of Pentecostal. It was no need for the Ruach to even come, to even be a teacher. You see, what purpose would it be if the book was going to be the word itself? See, people ain't woke up to that yet. It ain't that they not woke up to it. It's just that they in so much darkness, they having a sexual love affair with darkness. They having a feast with darkness. They having a party with darkness. They having all their desires to wrap around darkness. So the Father leaves them in darkness, and he knows already they are the deceivers. And the deceivers are only assigned to the earth to deceive you. Isn't that deep? Now, going back to spirit and truth, Satan don't care about that. He don't care about if you male or female. So that leads you to know what? If Satan don't care about male and female, Satan don't care about white nor black, Satan don't care about rich and poor, who is this whooping this mess down on this earth about male and female? Flesh of man. Ain't that deep? The flesh of man. Now, Satan don't care about it, Well, who overriding Satan in his wickedness? The flesh of man. Y'all don't get it, do you? The flesh of man. The flesh of man is also separate from Satan himself and his demons. Because that's why the flesh of man is his own worst enemy. And he's worst enemy not only to himself. That's why the Father said to him, brother, don't go to killing brother. You know what I'm saying? That's why he was saying, honor your mother and your father. He was saying that because there's so many things that are within us that are wicked and evil, that are not good. That is our flesh. When the flesh is at that wicked moment and that wicked time in life at its highest, you can tell. Satan on this side, flesh is on this side, getting all the desires, changing all the mindset of the people, because Satan, he don't want to go to the lake of fire, even though he know he going. Flesh is like that too. Flesh know it's going to the grave. It don't care where it take you. It don't care. It just know that it's got to take you in the direction in which it's going. Flesh don't care about eternal heaven. Flesh don't care about that, even though it might say things to trigger you to think it's holy than thou, but it don't care. It wants to take people where it is going. The only way flesh feel comfortable if it has the multitude following it. And what happens when the multitude follow the flesh? The flesh get lifted up, get boasted, swollen head, swollen mind, swollen mouth. And now what happened? It becomes a god to the people, in which has placed him on a pedestal through praising him. The more they praise him, the more he rises up. You get what I'm saying? And this is why they're not teaching the people spirit and truth, nor the direction to the light, or what the light is consist of, or let me tell you how you get to the narrow gate. Let me show you the way. They're not going to teach you that. They're going to teach you the things that's connected to the flesh and make you think that you are holier than thou, and that you in there, and that you following a spiritual Yah by following them. Oh, that's deep. Oh, but it's sad. Now, let me tell you what he said. People are caught up in so much fleshly matter that everything is about flesh. Here's Satan over here. He's a spirit, you guys. He's not, so you know that it ain't him. You get what I'm saying? But what he does is, when he see man is by himself, and he don't have the spirit of Yah nowhere around him, or he's not fenced in by Yah. When Satan see a fence not wrapped around people, guess what he do? Or a person or people? He knows he can't cross that fence. But those who don't have the fence around them, he see how they cutting up from the floor up and living their fleshly life. He already know that he don't have to go to the Father and say, can I do this? Can I? No. Father tell him like he told Job. You can do whatever, but life and death is in my hand. And they don't understand. That's when he take on the flesh. That's how Satan take on the flesh. When he see the flesh, it's not hedged in a higher spirit, like in the palm of a higher hand. So he goes over there and let the flesh, and he abide with them. He teaches with them. You know how he would go with, I'm going to show you an example, exactly what I'm talking about. You know how he would go amongst the Father, Yah, and the sons of Yah. Let me say it again. Satan will go among Yah and the sons of Yah. Now, who are the sons of Yah? Those are those that are of Yah. That's why Yah is in the midst of them, and they are around Yah. But what happens? Satan comes and go around just to see what's going on. That's as much as he can do. And see, when he goes over there and he see what going on, and that the Father is still in the midst of them, he goes over here where people are not in the midst of Yah. And he see that they got their own little thing going on. They getting boasted and boosted and uplifted and pride minded and big mouth, thinking they are what? Higher than someone else. So he said, oh, I like this. Over here ain't got no hedge around it. See, that's what I'm saying. And a lot of times, Satan will let that individual get as high as they ugly mouth can speak and give him even add some of his demonic spirit among him, just so that he can rise high and think he is a God. Because now people are idling his wisdom, his knowledge, his personal opinion, his feelings, his emotions. And the feelings and emotions is a big thing with that. I have never seen the spirit of emotions and the spirit of feelings in men like I see today. That's why you got a lot of men going around here, and acting like they women. And women go around and try to allow them to come in their midst and be their friend. Treat them nice, do them right, but don't sit and entertain with them because they're trying to steal your identity, females, your identity, females. And if they know that they cannot mimic you unless they get around you. And when you let them get around you, it's because you want them to think that you okay and it's cool, you accept them. You're wrong. You don't let them live around you or be around you and conduct themselves in that manner, because what they're saying is this: I want to mimic who you are so I can be like you. Is that not like they say the fake Jews did? The fake Jews took your identity. And that's what homosexuals do. They take the identity of a female. Now watch this here. Now we got about 80% of the tribe of Judah is in the closet and out of the closet. And what that means is running this homosexual lifestyle. And even if they got wives and husbands and children, they were still dipping and tipping in it. Their mindset. So I'm talking about the mindset and the lifestyle and the desire is in 80% of the tribe of Judah. So now you got 80% of the tribe of Judah in the closet and out of the closet. They get around church members, especially where there's a men that's lifting weights and all into that body thing. And they never know that that's who they are. And a lot of them be bodybuilders, okay? See, a lot of people don't know what Sister Deborah is talking about, but this is what you call spirit and truth. What is spirit and truth? It brings light to what is in darkness. So what happens is they get around them and they portray a role as if they looking muscle bound, but behind it all, that's a physique, something that they hiding behind to still desire men in that lifestyle. You see what I'm saying? They do this along with, because even themselves don't want to be identified with the ones that's out here want to be dressed like women, look like women, and play the whole role as a female. Now, this is the problem I'm trying to get you all to see with the tribe of Judah, okay? The reason why I say with the tribe of Judah is because while we running around here talking about with these cults and all these fake churches and these fake pastors, these fake apostles, these fake teachers, these fake prophets, these fake prophetess, these fake Maureen and watchmen and seers, all of them, because they ain't giving you the spirit and truth of the whole matter. They're not shining the light on the darkness. Why? Because they love darkness better than they do light. Now watch this here. If 85, I said give 80. Let's go 80% of the tribe of Judah is in that homosexual lifestyle, whether they out of the closet or in, both of them are still practicing it in their desires, in their mind frame, and how they desire men, whether they go after them or not. It's in them. It's breeded in them. A lot of them. If you get somebody just desire them and don't go out, their whole thing is looking at men and still desire them, even though they got a wife and children. Okay? And they can have wives and children. It don't matter. These things, having a wife in this day and time and children is a high. A lot of you all don't understand why you see the Hebrew Israelites, really men are really into this polygamy, is because It's a hide thing. It's a thing to cover up really who they are, said the Most High, a higher, said the Most High, a higher, said the Most High, a higher. I don't know where I got that one from, but I like that what he said. He said that they are hiding themselves and who they are to the women and having the children. And now they talking about wives to really hide their identity of really who they are. So a lot of that, he says, is really hiding and trying to cover up their desires of things that they also desire regarding men. So he was saying that, here you go, men are in the closet and out of the closet. That means that the one out of the closet, they don't care. They let you see. Stealing your identity. Now, what's the difference when they stealing your identity over in Israel, pretending to be the Jews? I don't see you going messing with them ones that wants to be females and look like them and walk like them and act like them. I don't see you going telling them they stealing a female's identity. You see? So you see how bent in our minds we are? We don't see one like we see the others. And I'm going to show you something that's similar to that. Even with these cops, look how they lock the 5 cops up. Should they be locked up? Yes, and the keys should be thrown away. But the white cops should be right in there with them, locked up. But you see how in your face they showed the whole world, we'll lock them up and we'll leave him alone. And you say you a man. You want to be a king and a ruler and a leader and can't even stand up and be nobody's man. To lead righteous, to lead just, to lead the things that represents Yah, which is righteous, even in your community, even in your state, even in your town, even in your city. But you want to get off and get yourself a church, a group, a camp, academy. You see, I want to go over in another country and I want to form my own. See, everybody wants their own, but it's so much wicked in their flesh. So the Father wants you to know that a lot of them is their own worst enemy. Satan ain't doing nothing to them. That's them. And they are joining Satan's crew because they're off to themselves and they're not in spirit and truth, you guys. They have no light. So Satan get out and mingle with them. Then they become ace with each other. And this is where it's all chaotic within. See what happens when you got fleshes trying to form their own personal opinion about things. And the Ruach ain't told them that this is righteous. This is just. He ain't told them that. So how do you make what you doing because of your personal opinion? You're going to make it right. You read a book and now you're going to make what you seen others do. You didn't mimic they walk in a higher. You mimic they walk in their flesh. Do that make any sense, y'all? It don't make no sense, but that's what they did. That's why that book cannot be used as they are using it. But it can be used because the Father knew that they would use that book. He let them use the book. And over on this end, those that belong to him, we use the Ruach HaKodesh. That's the difference, which is spirit and truth. So they go by the book. That's why they can easily want to battle the book. They want to debate the book because the book itself, even out of the same mouth that wants to debate it, have also spoke too many times about errors that they have found. But what do they want to do? They want to still battle you based on what that same book they themselves have already looked into and saw things smeared, but not good enough to smear their personal opinion on what they want to do in their flesh. They don't understand there's going to be something separate. If you live the life of your flesh, then that's where you're going to die, in the lake of fire. But if you live the life that he has given you, his breath, but you are born in his spirit, come on now, it's going to return to the eternal Father. You see? But see, that they don't know nothing about that. Now, it says the devil don't care about male nor female, black nor white, rich nor poor. You know what that's, y'all? The devil don't care about homosexual or straight. That's the flesh of man, y'all. See, that's what y'all keep. And this is another thing that's throwing a lot of people off. This is one thing that's throwing a lot of people off, because if it's better if I can blame the heathens and Gentiles for being in captivity and being oppressed. Oh, I'm gonna blame them. They did. Here it is, 400 years in past, and that what are these men and women in the tribe of Judah doing? Still blaming them for something y'all stood on a mountain and told them, I did it. Now what you gonna do? I did it. Now what you gonna say and what you gonna do? They won't accept that. They won't accept the fact that he said he did it, and what you gonna do, and how you gonna get out of it, and what you got to say. No, they don't care about that. Oh no, because you ain't do nothing. They did it, and they keep on doing this to it. They doing, or how you say, you're doing it to yourself, because you separated everything from the desire of your flesh and your flesh ways, and you blame Satan. You tell people Satan and evil and wicked, but it's you caught up in the same wicked and evil that Satan is caught up in. You're caught up in it in your flesh, and you teach the flesh. I'm going to show you how naive they are. They don't understand that broad is the gate that has been many times said that leads to destruction, but narrow leads to life. So they, in their mind, it connects that, oh, everybody loving me, everybody praising every word I say, especially when they learned a trick of the trade. And many of you all don't know the trick of the trade is once you find out how you can get the men to praise you, you got them. You got them. And when we tell you how they get them, by women. By women. Because every man, when they know they ain't done right, when they know they ain't did right by their children, they ain't done right by their wives, they ain't done right by mama, they ain't done right by daddy, they can be justified by the loud mouth of a man who knows their weak spot is to blame that woman. You see? To blame that woman. All we have to do is wear out that woman. And that's what individuals have learned to do. And it's the Father say it is not connected to Satan. It's that flesh of who that individual is. They learned a way. And I know what I can say. I know a lot of them respond. I'm gonna get them all riled up. All the time. That's what they want to hear. Oh yeah. He didn't pick their minds. He didn't pick their thoughts. He didn't pick their emotions, and he didn't pick their feelings, and felt a way that, hey, now I can get them anytime I want, because I know their weak spots. And when we tell you the men weak spot, it's that woman. That's that woman. And if you say something, when I say weak spot, that's the only thing. That's the only thing they can praise is when woman is belittled. Because that's the part that shows up and shows out. What you mean? Mama, she's a woman. She knows you from baby to where you at now. Wife, that's a woman. Daughters, that's my daughter. My daddy ain't never said he loved me. He never told me I was his princess. He never told me I was beautiful. See, these are the things, because their first woman, they didn't do right by her, which was mama. And some of them ain't done right by grandma. So they said, what the heck? They get into a relationship with a woman, they ain't gonna do right by her. They ain't took care of their daughters, nor their sons. And the sons got a lot of things to say. Even if the father don't take care of the sons, you have anything to do with the son at all, it's got to be blamed on the woman. If they don't work, it's the woman's fault. If they don't have games and cars to drive, it's the woman's fault. If they don't have money for drugs and they don't have alcohol to drink, it's the woman's fault. This has to do with the flesh, y'all. This ain't got nothing to do with Satan. This has got to do with the Father say the mindset of men in the flesh. He said that's what that has to do with. Let me get something. I got to get my sword here. Yeah, that's what they said. That's exactly what it has to do with. It has to do with the flesh. And see that what they didn't know is Ahiah been keeping the tab since Genesis when Adam said that woman. Don't think he ain't been keeping up with y'all. He said that's where it started, Deborah, and that's where it's going to end. That's why you see a lot of it going on today. And they thinking they got it going on. That, hey, I can get subscribers and likes, and they going to praise what I say. Yeah, they going to praise what you say. But a father already told you don't bring division. You done that. You done taught males how to have what you call perpetual hate. But the father said in Ezekiel 36, that which they did, I'm sending them somewhere like unto who they are. Yes, that's what the father said to Ezekiel. The way that they are, I'm going to send them to a place that's just like them. So it ain't like it went away. It's still in you. Okay? And when the father turn around and he says, let me tell you what he says here. And it's kind of sad, but let me clamp this on right quick before I get off. The first thing it says in Deuteronomy, I want to let you all know, in Deuteronomy 28, they want to think that they can hang their jacket on Deuteronomy 28 and yeah, that's us. That's what he talking about us. He talking about us. But they never checked it out for the end game. Because he's talking about you still. From the beginning to the end, he's still talking about you. I know it. Y'all done talked to people lies and took out slaves, took the ship out, took the oppressed out, but didn't take the end game out. And that's what you messed up from the floor. Because it's going to end you like it has. From what I can see from the wilderness, I give or take 98%. Gone. Mentally gone. And you're going to have to understand what is about to take place to take a lot of them out. It's going to be your men. It's going to be your men. So they thinking they getting away with something, baby. You ain't getting away with nothing. Teach anything you want. Get all the men behind you because that's what you need. Because when you try to get the book behind you, let me tell you something. You ain't getting nothing but whoop with the book because the book even to whoop you in the midst of what you trying to do. And that is to get your flesh ways fulfilled. And then speak, you don't have, okay, in Isaiah 3:25, he says to the women, thy men, men, shall fall by the sword. And the mighty ones that think they got all the guns and the weapons and we gonna beat them, we gonna win, we gonna fight, you're gonna die in the war. See, Ahiah don't have to prepare for battleground. Ahiah don't have to prepare for guns and weapons. Ahiah don't have to prepare to get as many men that they can get to be deceived and manipulate them to be in a warfare because the war is gonna come. Just hold up just a little while longer. Coming for you. And that's why Isaiah chapter 4, buckle up 7 women to 1 man, because all of you are going to be up out of here. So go on, follow that flesh of that man. Father had to identify to me, Deborah, it ain't even so much Satan. Yeah, he go over there messing around with them because all their minds is messed up. They thinking they serving me. No spirit, no truth. No light. And they think they got it going on. Like they don't, it ain't the word about it, they understand. So Deuteronomy said, until they are destroyed. Let's go there. Deuteronomy 28. That's the end game. They ain't gonna touch that though, Father, y'all. They ain't going into your end game, are they? No, Deborah, they ain't going into my end game. Let me get my book. They ain't gonna go over there to that end game. And I think that's powerful for them to go everywhere else. But they don't touch that end game. And I love this. I love when the Father put an end to wicked and evil. And the flesh of the wicked and evil ones. I love when he put an end to it. I love it. Now watch this here. Deuteronomy 20:28. This is the end game on you, man. This is the end game of the Most High on Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28 didn't tell you you was going to come into this land and be kings and leaders and rulers. He didn't say you're going to come here and form your army and your mighty men in your place where you want to be a guard and put yourself on pedestal. The Deuteronomy 28 didn't prophesy those things to you. It didn't tell you nothing like that. See, you don't read the book. You use what you want in your flesh to battle in this book. But you ain't going to battle spirit and truth that will be revealed to you from this book. Oh, you stay away from that because you don't want them men to know. Y'all dying. Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 20. And Ahiah said, and Ahiah shall send upon thee curses, vexation, and rebuke in all that you set thy hands unto for to do. So no matter what you do, if you see yourself being able to build up these and your tower of Baal, you trying to build up to the heavens to show the people in on your battlefield that you got it going on. Father telling you, baby, it ain't caved yet, but it's going to. Just hold on, just a little while longer. And what does he say? And we still in 20. And everything you set thy hands to until you be destroyed. Hallelujah to the mighty Yah. Now watch this here. You go still back in Deuteronomy 28, verse 24. And Ahiah shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. And this is to me over in, I would say, over in Africa. More so those places that got dry land and desert like. Now listen, watch this here. And Ahiah shall make the rain of the land powder and dust. From heaven shall it come down upon thee until thou be destroyed. Now that has happened already. Watch this here. Deuteronomy 28, verse 28. And Yah shall smite thee with the madness and blindness and astonishment of heart. He's going to smite thee with those things. Now watch this here. Deuteronomy 33. The fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up. So just because you got land and you just sit and put all your flesh into it and all your flesh organize it, all your fleshly guns, all your fleshly planning and buying and your wood and everything you're planning. Watch this here. Deuteronomy 28, 33. The fruit of thy land. Hallelujah. And all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up. Woo! And thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed away. Now when is that going to be? He said, hold up a little while longer, devil, just a little while longer. See, people thinking that just because you're on this devil platform, showing up and showing out, because if you think them subscribers and those likes and those praise is going to get you, they can't save you. They can't give you here a one-way ticket to heaven. They can give you a one-way ticket to hell because they will support you. Because if there are deceivers, you are the biggest deceiver, then there's other deceivers connect to the deceiver, and then all sit and be on one accord, deceiving one another. Deceiver. And here in Deuteronomy 28, 33, the fruit of thy land and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knoweth not eat up. And thou shalt be oppressed and crushed away. Had that happened? Nope, but you know it's coming. Because Isaiah already nailed it. Watch this here. And then it says, let me see where I get my Yeah. Deuteronomy 28 and 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee till you be destroyed, because thou hearken not unto the voice of Ahiah thy Yah, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. It's on you. It's already on you. Watch this here. And then he came down to Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Therefore shall thou serve thy enemy, which Ahiah shall send against thee, in hunger, in thirst, in nakedness, and in want, and in all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck till what? Till thou be destroyed. The destroy is the key, y'all. That's the end game. You ain't coming out of this here, coming from here to heaven. No, baby. This word is going to be fulfilled, whether you've seen it, whether it has stepped into it or not. It's on its way. Let's say that. And here it is in Deuteronomy 28 and 61. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book. So when you see in all these things that they doing, y'all, you better get yourself in the light. You better try to plead that the light is resting within you in spirit and truth. You know that the light rests there. Once he give you spirit and truth, and you begin to see things for what it is, then that's that spirit and truth in you. Okay? And it says in Deuteronomy 28 and verse 16, also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, then will Ahiah bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. Who is he talking to? You think he's telling that to the heathens and the Gentiles? Deuteronomy 26 is not even for the tribe of Judah. I just realized that. Because the tribe of Judah paid no attention to the end game of the whole, nor the beginning of the whole Deuteronomy 28. That's what he was talking about when he said they perish. Because they rejected. They do. And they have. And you think he cared? No, I already told them. I did that. Nobody did that to you. I did it. And it ain't over yet. Just hold on. Just a little while longer. So while they feel it's better to deceive and cause one to take sides than to see the desire of their flesh being met on this earth, than to see the desire of their spirit realm being indulged by the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit. Because see, when the Holy Spirit comes, you just can't say anything around anybody. You just can't walk any way you want to walk. You just can't talk any way you want to talk. You just can't feel any way you want to feel. You just can't think any way you want to think. Because something greater in you that do your talking, your speaking, your seeing, your hearing, and your doing. And when he's not in there, you just do you. Why? Because he ain't in there. You doing flesh. And that's why the devil is not caught up in whether you male or female, white or black, rich or poor. He coming after your spirit. Where he is going to go. He's a spirit. Where he's going, in the lake of fire. Why would he be after your flesh? He wants to see your spirit go where he is going. That's how sick people are. See, he's beyond what you're trying to be. He see you over there trying to make it look like your flesh is all righteous. Your flesh is all just. Your flesh is all upright from a book. From a paperback book that been tampered with so many times. And you're thinking that you're going to tame somebody back. And that's what they have done. That's how the Christians done it. That's how the Catholics done it. The Jehovah's Witness done it. Muslim took their own things out of the book and made their own book. That's how all of them do. That's how all of them do. They make this book speak their way. They make this, and they don't even understand. You don't even have to make the book speak what you believe. You don't have to make this book speak what you see and you believe. You don't have to make the book say what you want to say. It's going to say it anyway. Look at how many different denominations came out of the same book. Tell me, how could that be the word of Yah? You think he looked down and said, here, you the one got the word. You got spirit and truth. It's in that book. You got it. Bible that book. You got it. See, if you think y'all think how many religions that use the same Bible, but interpret it all different. That's why you can't battle with it, baby. You can't take this book and battle with nobody. Because it's not the word that proceed out of Yah's mouth. And that's where they messed up from the floor. But see, those who are flesh led, and not spiritual led, this is their food. 24:24. This is their weapon, this book. How you think you can fight Yah with this book? Hold on just a little while longer. Let wait until Deuteronomy end game step in the scene. It's here. It's showing up right now, because I'm telling you, a large number, we in the 90s, that have already been destroyed from the mental state of mind of their flesh. And those that don't have the spirit of a higher, they gone. So the Father said, let them go. Let them go in the direction in which they need to. Let them be what they want to be, think what they want to think. Let them continue to think life is about their feelings and their emotion, and that everything has to rumble in their spirit, and not in their spirit, in their life of their flesh, and their feelings of their flesh, their desires of their flesh, and their personal opinion of what they feel is righteous. So Sister Deborah, hope you got something out of that. And I would say, again, I sat back and I watched the, I didn't watch it, but I heard the things that has taken place. And this is how far gone you know that the tribe of Judah is, especially the men. Here it is, these 5 men, nationwide television, everybody coming out the woodworks. Everyone, look at the so-called famous people, so-called stars. Everybody got something to say about that beating. When these people have been doing that for the last 100 years and ain't no one ever stepped out. These heathens and Gentiles been doing exactly what these brothers done for years. Now, should they take the keys and lock them up and throw the keys away? Yes. But they also need to put that white man that used that taser along with them. But you think these Negroes will stand up for righteous? You think these Negroes will stand up for just, especially those who want to sit and think and say that they're holier than thou? But then they want to stand up against women. Want all the time want to tell people about marriage and divorce. And get your silly, dumb tail somewhere and sit down. We in the midnight hour and you got nerve to be talking about marriage and divorce. You see the sickness that's in their mind, in their mentality. We in the midnight hour. And you got time to still deal with the flesh of a divorce and the flesh of a marriage. Baby, please, these people are gone. No spirit and truth in none of that. No spirit and truth in the divorce, and no spirit and truth in marriage, but people yearn for it. There are individuals who have been assigned to give the flesh of man and woman what they need in their flesh. So I, Sister Deborah, say, I'm spirit and truth. Shalom and shalom.